Big news out of the UFL. They make some major announcements. Let's get right into it. So they put out the press release. So we have our three new teams: Columbus Aviators, Louisville Kings, and Orlando Storm to kick off this spring. Also, the Arlington Renegades now become the Dallas Renegades. So I guess that $3 million thing with Arlington, they didn't pay, so they went back to Dallas. Houston Roughnecks to be named the Houston Gamblers. Why? Who cares? But all right. So the United Football League, UFL, announced today a major step forward in its continued growth, unveiling three new franchises set to debut in the spring of 2026 when the league kicks off its third season. The new teams will be located Columbus, Ohio, playing at historic Crew Stadium, former home of the Columbus Crew of the MLS. We know about that. That's been announced. Louisville, Kentucky, a name that's been out there, playing at Lynn Family Stadium. That is the home of Louisville City FC of the USL and Racing Louisville FC of the NWSL. And Orlando, Florida, coming back. The XFL had their Orlando Guardians, but now we are having an Orlando team playing at the Interco Stadium, home of Orlando City SC of the MLS and Orlando Pride of the NWLS. The league also announced updating team names and new venues as well. That's right. So for the two legacy teams, Arlington Renegades will become the Dallas Renegades when they move to Toyota Stadium, home of FC Dallas of the MLS, and the Houston Roughnecks will be named the Houston Gamblers when they relocate to Shell Energy Stadium, home of the Houston Dynamo FC of the MLS and Houston Dash of the NWSL. Today marks an important step forward for the United Football League, said Mike Rapoli, co-owner. All right, I was wondering because it said owner, and it's a co-owner of the United Football League, who leads league business operations through his private equity firm, Impact Capital. Columbus, Louisville, and Orlando are true football cities with deep sports roots. We're proud to bring professional football to these communities in energetic, fan-driven stadiums built to create an authentic game day experience and strengthen the foundation of this league for years to come. That's from him. Rapoli joined the UFL ownership group in July of 2025, which is not that long ago, aligned with Fox, Redbird Capital Partners, ESPN, Danny Garcia, and Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. So they're all still named in this. We were wondering where they were. Danny Garcia lives in Orlando, but I believe she was not at the press conference. They had a press conference in Orlando today to announce the team. He is tasked with steering the league's business strategy, brand development, and long-term growth. Basically, they've given him the keys and said, all right, you do it. But meanwhile, people from Fox, Redbird Capital Partners, ESPN, Danny Garcia, and Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson could not do this, so they needed to bring in another person. Now, I don't understand why the Redbird Capital Partners couldn't have done this unless they're like working 20% of their time for the league. It just seems odd that they could have done this, but we'll continue. We're heading into the season with new teams, new markets, new venues, and a renewed energy that reflects the momentum building around the league, said Rapoli. The three new teams will replace the Memphis Showboats, Michigan Panthers, and San Antonio Brahmas, which competed in the league during its first two seasons. So new names of the Columbus Aviator, Louisville Kings, and Orlando Storm will join the current United Football League teams, the Birmingham Stallions, they survive, Your America's Team, the DC Defenders, and St. Louis Battlehawks. They also join the Houston franchise, which will now be called the Houston Gamblers, from the Houston Roughnecks, reverting back to the team's original name during its USFL era, which probably should have been that way from the beginning, as well as the Dallas franchise, which will now be called the Dallas Renegades, from the Arlington Renegades, to reflect the team's North Texas fan base. Okay. New venues as part of Rapoli's overall strategy of playing in smaller, more intimate soccer venues. The Houston Gamblers will play at Shell Energy Stadium, home of the Dynamo and Houston Dash. Dallas Renegades will move to Toyota Stadium, home of FC Dallas. I had heard that they were going to do some renovations to where the Dallas Renegades, Arlington Renegades, were playing to make it more football friendly, but clearly that just went out the wayside, and then that was it. So smaller venues across the board. I will continue, and then I'll give them my two takes. So beginning with the 2026 season, the teams will no longer be divided into two conferences, but will compete as a united 8-team league, with the top 4 teams advancing to the playoffs at the conclusion of the regular season. Okay, that's kind of cool. That's kind of different. I'd be curious if that was something that Rapoli's team came up with. I mean, it makes it more interesting. Does it? I mean, I guess it just is it going to keep people in the game to try to make that playoff thing happen? So that's kind of an interesting thing, but I don't have a problem with it. So team venues, of course, Birmingham Stallions will still be at Protective Stadium. Aviators, of course, the historic Crew Stadium. Toyota Stadium for the Dallas Renegades, that's in Frisco, Texas. DC of America's team, Audi Field. Gamblers at the Shell Energy Stadium. Louisville Kings, Lynn Family Center. Orlando Storm, Interco Stadium. The Battlehawks, of course, the Dome at America Center. Head coaches will be announced in the near future for the 3 teams. That's something interesting. So who knows which team is going to go what? We'll know by the players that follow them, along with new uniforms designs for all 8 teams. This is the part that I kind of have issue with all of these leagues. So we're going to get brand new uniform designs. Like, that's not what's going to make people come to your league. I hope you didn't waste a lot of time doing this with the new uniform designs. Clearly not, since he came on board in July. That was the official announcement. Who knows if he was starting during the season last year or who knows what. But again, a lot of this like, oh, the look is so important. It's not that important. It makes, you know what I mean? Like, come on. The 43 games 2026 season United Football schedule will kick off on Friday, March 27th. Will be unveiled at a later date. So we've got new designs for, I mean, it's like, there's been like tons of iterations. Do you think the uniforms is what made people, well, the uniforms are nice, so now I'm going to go to a game? I mean, I hope they make it very unique and very different. I highly doubt it, but just please don't spend so much time on stupid stuff like the uniforms and the logos, because that really means nothing. It really does mean nothing at the end of the day. The other interesting part of this, so it will kick off March 27th. We had heard maybe they would move it up a little bit in the March, but that does not look like to be the case this year. So season tickets, venue changes, market changes, you get the whole idea. So that's the big official press release. So what do these teams look like? So we have the logos here. The Columbus Aviators, Dallas Renegades look the same. DC Battlehawks look the same. Houston Gamblers, the same. Louisville Kings, I guess because of horse racing. On Orlando Storm, that's fine too. Columbus Aviators. I had that Columbus Aviators out there for a while. I've been talking about the Columbus Aviators, but not the Storm or the Kings. So those are the major changes. They have a promo video that they're playing, which I'm not going to play because I don't know what the problem will be. But you can check out. Here's the Orlando Storm online if you check it out. We'll get into this in a second. Then you have the Louisville Kings with the little horse, which is kind of cool. The Aviators. That's cool little logo there, Columbus Aviators. I wonder if people were like, they use AI for this, and maybe they did. Saves them a bunch of money. Also, the Houston Gamblers return, and the Dallas Renegades kind of switch up their names a little bit. Also, if you noticed, changing in the logo. So here is a picture of the UFL, United Football League, kind of just very generic, basic kind of thing. You can see the UFL logo here, the United Football League. And you could see the old logo, which had the, things here. So it's like, did they spend millions of dollars to get this logo? And they were just like, let's just do this logo. United Football League. I mean, I don't know if it makes that much of a difference, but you can rebrand stuff. And hey, if you're paying a boatload of money to return to the league, they want to be part of the league. If you want to update the logo, I just hope you don't spend a lot of time. That's my whole thing. Don't spend a lot of time unless it's like super innovative. Have a couple people do it and then that's it. But it's just kind of an interesting thing. Also, I want to note, so you can go on the shop and there are some like aviator merchandise that you can find here. Like they have the UFL, some new shirts with the UFL finally. Because I remember last year I was like, give me a hat. Do they have the hat? This is from 108 Stitches. Who is 108 Stitches? I am looking at this right now. Flood that hall. The MLB players. Oh, so this is like interesting. So that they have like UFL, American Hockey League. So they have some UFL merchandise. This is not the official UFL merchandise store, but you could see the new logo and some other things. I mean, it's just the normal brand with the UFL stuff on it. I wonder if they've kind of just like, hey, let's just ship this off to somebody else to do to keep our costs down. But you can see here is all the merch. It's just got the new UFL logo on them. I mean, nothing crazy out of that. Orlando Storm looks good. That'll be my second team as the Orlando Storm. So you can get some of the merch there. Also, we're excited to announce a brand new UFL shop site with an updated fan experience and access to even more styles and gears you love. Rep your favorite UFL team. Your shop opens November 10th. Till then, you can still shop for official products at any of our licensee stores below. Don't forget to sign up here for the latest shop, blah, blah, blah. So I guess there's a footwear one. Oh, so these are like so 801 Stitches has got some of the merch. And then this iSlide has got UFL slides on it too. And that you can order from there. Interesting. Also, if you're looking to get a job with the UFL, we have them here. So, like now it's like Louisville and Orlando Storm, senior management, marketing. I mean, they need to fill these quickly. Senior manager partnerships with DC Defenders, team marketing, director of league and field marketing. So a bunch of marketing and ticket sales, VP of business operations for Houston, account executives for Columbus, account executive ticket sales. So it's mostly ticket, business operations, marketing for the league. That's what they're hiring there. So my take, of course, I like the all locations. I think they're all good. I think playing the MLS stadiums is good. The interesting thing is that I believe it was Russ Brandon who was so anti-MLS stadiums. I don't know about Oliver Luck if he was super anti-MLS stadiums. But I feel like Russ Brandon was. So this goes completely against what he wanted to do. Or now maybe he had a change of heart, but remember, I've been hearing that for a while, and that they just did not want to deal with the MLS stadium. So however they negotiated it, I mean, it's a no-brainer to have the UFL play in these leagues. Hopefully they're like, hey, if we're going to add, we already have DC, we're going to add all these other franchises. So basically the only two stadiums, the Battlehawks and Birmingham, are the only ones that are playing in football stadiums. Everybody else is now playing in soccer stadiums. I wonder if they made some type of deal, which was like, and I think those are the best venues to do it at. So, because it's just the league is not that big. So you want to keep, smaller venues looking better. Now there would be really, Columbus, or I'm not convinced Orlando is a great market, but Rapoli's Impact Capital is out there. I think that's what it's called. Louisville, and Columbus should be a good location too. These are upgrades from Memphis was terrible. San Antonio was good, but the stadium was too big. The stadium was too big for Michigan Panthers. So we'll have more news on this. But let us know what you think in the comments. Make sure you like and subscribe. And it's to help spread the word about the United Football League. It's very important that you do that. But this is all the deals we have. If we've got more information coming, we'll let you know. We're going to have a recap. We're going to do rankings. We're going to do all sorts of fun stuff with this. But there is a lot more news. What do you think? I want to know what you think. This is what I think. At first, I was kind of like, meh. Now, I like the Orlando Storm. We'll get some Orlando Storm merch. That would be my second favorite team besides America's team, DC Defenders. So let us know what you think in the comments. I think it's pretty good, and I think it also shows that Rapoli is in charge. This is his deal. It's like you're driving, and I think that was probably part of the problem with Fox and Redbird Capital was kind of like, I think from what I've heard behind the scenes was that Fox was kind of driving the ship, and they thought that they knew what they should do and whatever. And then Redbird, I think, was like, we just want to make money. And then now they just say Rapoli is the guy in charge. He's going to run the ship when it comes to this stuff. and they're just going to be, hey, we really all Fox wants is a TV show, and ESPN just wants the content. And Redbird Capital wants to sell these franchises later for lots of money. None of them really want to drive the ship. I always thought Danny Garcia would be good if she was like the chairwoman of the league or something like that, but they don't really have a role for her. I always thought Danny Garcia, like this was going to be her piece and the Rock's piece, but I'm sure they spent tons of time and tons of money to come up with this stuff in the past, and these guys just kind of bang this out. I mean, you think about it, he started in July, we're in October, and we already have we have 3 new locations, we have stadiums, deals done, and now it's the coaches are going to be coming back for next season. We know that Anthony Beck's back, DC Defenders head coach is back, I assume Bob Stoops is going to return, but then these other franchises, like what's the coaching situation? So we'll just have to kind of stay tuned for this, but it's a very interesting off season for the UFL. What are your thoughts? Let me know in the comments.